Okay, folks, I'm about to make enchiladas 2 ways. I've got everything I need ready to go, and I will share with you what they look like on the other side. I'm making beef and pork, a mix of beef and pork tacos, enchiladas. That's one way, and the other way is going to be potato and chorizo enchiladas. So, okay, this is my pork and beef cooking, and over here I have guajillo sauce. I'll have to do a separate video to teach people how to do that. That's a whole recipe in and of itself. It's a mixture of fried and then blended and other processes to make this sauce. Peppers, and then I'm boiling my potatoes over here for the chorizo potato. And for the next part, we're getting the chorizo ready for the chorizo potato mixture. So that's getting hot, and we're still cooking our meat over here. We're going to make the sauce for the meat next, okay? And for that, we're going to put in some cilantro and some tomatoes. And we've got some tomatoes here. I just cut them up. Makes it easier for the will you hold this, Nemo? And I'm going to put some onion, some pieces of diced onion, about half an onion in there. I'm going to leave this cilantro here for later and I've got some fresh oregano in here. I'm going to put in there. And we've got some paprika. No, this is this is cayenne pepper.
It's over there to the left.
I wish I had better eyes, but at my age, we can only wish. Wait. We've got cumin, paprika, and cayenne pepper. So those are going to go in a moment here. And we just need to put some of the garlic in here. I like a lot of garlic, so I'm going to put 3 cloves. Save one for later. I'm going to have you take that and go and blend. So I'm going to go ahead and put my spices. I'm going to take and put some cayenne pepper and some paprika. It's a little bit too much. More.
How much is that ish?
I'm going for a teaspoon of each of these. And then the cumin. Okay. And once we get the frying going a little bit better here, we'll check back in. So I'm going to go ahead and get my pans ready. Just putting some oil in here so we can start building the enchiladas. And I'm going to be mixing some of the tomato sauce with some guajillo sauce and some pork broth to bathe our enchiladas in when we stick them in to bake, right? So I'm also going to be adding to this meat mixture here some tomato paste. So all of this is going to go in here. Plus, I don't know why it's taking so long for this to cook. It's going very, very slow.
And then when you want it to go faster, it goes too fast.
When I want it to go slow, it goes fast and almost burns the house down.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And why don't you show your chorizo over there?
Right.
That's going very good. So you want to break that all the way down, and you need to let the chorizo cook thoroughly. It's raw pork, right?
Yeah.
So we can't have any raw pork going into our enchiladas. Everything is going to bake But really your baking is just so that the enchilada sauce can go soaking into your enchiladas and the melty cheese on top happens during that period of time.
Still hard on the potatoes.
Still hard on the potatoes. So at this point, I've got some chopped or diced, finely diced garlic and onion, which I am going to put into this meat so that it can cook with the meat. Just one small onion and one clove of garlic is going into the meat. Okay, we'll check in a moment. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and toss in this tomato paste. Get out of there. I'm going to have to dig this out with a spoon. I don't want to miss any of this beautiful paste.
Every last drop.
Yep. I will get all of this wonderful tomato paste out of here. I like to freeze it in plastic bags like this and then break chunks off.
Yeah, for like blocks.
Yeah, it works kind of like making ice cubes. All right, we'll check back in a minute. Okay, the chorizo is cooked pretty good now. You can see it's all broken down. I'm going to go ahead and put a little water in there. It's like when you cook sausages and beer or water a little bit. You're going to let that completely cook off, evaporate, and then you'll know that your chorizo is completely cooked through. All right, when that's all evaporated out, and both of our chorizo and our meat is cooked, we will take them off. Now for this next step on the meat here, I've got my onion and my garlic and my tomato paste incorporated. The next step for the meat is some guajillo sauce. So I'm just going to take a heaping giant spoonful of this stuff and spread it around. This is where your heat comes from. This is made with Japanese arbol tree peppers, they call them. Those really hot ones. Guajillo sauce. Guajillo peppers, excuse me. It has moritas. Chile morita. For those of you who don't know, it translates to berry peppers because they smell kind of fruity. See the dark, rich color that this meat is taking on? Look at that. That's what the enchilada sauce does. You can see that is just changing the whole dish. And this is going to be our filling for our enchiladas. It's going to be good stuff. How's your chorizo doing over there?
It's cooking.
Is it
I don't know if it's
almost evaporated?
almost. It's getting like a little to like a vaguely pastier consistency, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's thickening, you know.
Okay, I want you to stop it and turn it off right there. You see how it's still got water to it?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of water to it.
I want
still.
that. I want that on there.
All
So
right,
we're going to
cool.
stop the cooking now.
Stopping the cooking process on that. Okay, cool.
And we'll check back in a minute when the potatoes are done. Okay, now we're going to add our salsa that we cooked to this meat. This is really the base of our flavor for that. Probably a cup of that or so, maybe a cup and a half. And we're going to blend that in and just let it simmer for another like 15 minutes or so. 10-15 minutes. Okay?
And how's our potato action?
Potatoes are going off.
Okay. Should be
And we're going to use the ricer to rice them. And we'll show you how that goes in just a second. So this is the ricing part. Just toss some potatoes into the ricer. Get them as dry as you can. Then and that's it.
And we're back.
And this is the end. Our last potatoes. So all our potatoes are now rice, as you can see. And for the next step, take this over to the sink. Okay. I got a knife over here I can use. Okay, there you go. You can take that. Now, I'm going to just take this chorizo with all its lovely juices and pour it right on top. Just like that. And that was a whole chorizo packet. A whole chorizo link. Okay. This is all you got to do. This is your filling for your potato chorizo enchiladas. That filling is made and ready to go. You want to make sure that that's all completely incorporated. And that's ready for your filling. Okay. We'll check back in when we start rolling. Okay, now what we played around is adding more salsa, more salt, and more guajillo sauce. This gives you heat. Obviously the salsa gives you more brightness. And then salt gives you the saltiness, and we got the mixture just right. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. And our beef and pork enchilada mixture is done. So we got a block of Monterey Jack, and I'm right now opening the block of cheddar, and we're going to need 1 block of each for each tray of enchiladas. This is going to be processed. You can use a food processor. We're going to use a muli. So just cut your cheese into smaller blocks, set up your muli, and then you dump some cheese blocks inside, thusly, push down, and turn. And that's it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and make the enchilada sauce, and my enchilada sauce is going to be a mixture of some pork. You can use chicken broth. I'm using pork broth because I have it. You can use beef broth, whatever you like. I'm using about a cup of that, and I'm going to put in some of the guajillo sauce. This is really what gives it its color, the enchiladas, and its flavor. And I'm going to put a couple of heaping spoonfuls. If you do all guajillo, it's just too spicy and there's not enough flavor. So to enhance the flavor, I'd ask you to give me the salsa over there.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to add the salsa in here. To make our homemade enchilada sauce. Take it out. This is what we're going to pour this is what we're going to be pouring on top of our enchiladas. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're ready to make our enchiladas. I grab a big spoon for this. And I like to make it a nice, you know, good amount of filling. Just roll it up like that. See, it's got a nice amount of filling. And then with the seam side down, you want to begin placing them in there. Again, big spoon. Just roll it till you get it to the length of the tortilla. And then just like roll it like you would a cigar or an enchilada. There you go. And I'll show you what that looks like when it's all full. These are going to be more wet. See? Shoot.
You got it? We good?
Yeah.
We good. Okay. Cool. Anyway,
So,
these
are going to be a little bit messier and wetter. Okay?
Yeah.
Helps to do it in the pan itself.
Mm-hmm. Not that much. Messy and delicious.
Enchiladas always are.
Right?
Make sure your racks are where you want them. We're going to bake these at about 375, a little over 350. Just so we can melt the cheese, we're going to go about 20 to 25 minutes. My enchiladas are completely finished and stuffed, and now they get the enchilada sauce. Okay? Oh, there's your baby.
I helped what I could, and I'm glad for it.
We're almost done.
Almost done.
Let me finish these up and then I'll show you what they look like when they're ready. Alright, so now these are completely covered in enchilada sauce. And we're going to do the final step, which is the cheese. Oh, let's pause and see what's happening over here. Oh, who's that? Who's that little guy?
It's Lux.
This is Lux, our new puppy, and he just loves his grandma, and he wants his grandma to pet him. But his grandma's making enchiladas right now, and she cannot pet this adorable, cute puppy dog because she's making food. Is that okay, Lux? Can I pet you when you come back from getting your walk in? Yeah, we'll pet you when you come back in. You cute boy. Who's the cutest boy? Who's Grandma's new baby? He's so cute. Mira que hermoso. Yes. Okay, Lux, I'll see you when you get back. Go potty. Let's see. Let's finish up this cheese. We got the cheese.
he is taking in the smells of the kitchen.
Yeah.
I am sure that he can smell every single ingredient.
He's enjoying Grandma's cooking.
I believe their smell is like stereo sound.
You can just imagine.
Like they can smell like 2 different smells at once.
And the kitchen smells amazing right now, right, Nemo?
Right.
Okay. So we're finishing the cheese here. Do not skimp on the cheese. Cover every part of your enchiladas with by the way, enchiladas, for those of you who don't know, comes from the word chile, which means pepper. So they're peppered, not as in black pepper, but as in chili peppered, right? Enchiladas means they're covered in peppers, in a pepper sauce. So once I put in for each one of these dishes of enchiladas, we've got an entire block of Monterey Jack and an entire block of cheddar. Okay, now they're going in the oven, and I will show you when they come out. Okay, now it's time to take these out. Perfect. Now all you need to do is plate that, put some sour cream on top. I have a little cilantro here for garnish, and some queso fresco, whatever you like on top of that, and it's ready to eat. Enjoy. You ready to watch Grandma eat some of these enchiladas, baby? Sure. You gonna give me some more of that cheese? Bye, everyone. Okay, Nemo wanted half of an enchilada and half of a potato, so I kind of Frankensteined the beef and the potato and chorizo one, and then garnished the top, and I added some avocado here. So you can garnish it however you like. You can put anything you want on top of that if you want. Radishes or onion or whatever you want. Lettuce. It's up to you. And here you have the final plating. Got some sour cream, some queso fresco, and some cilantro, and it's ready to eat. Enjoy!